Coming up on today's Code Bet Daily, geez, there are a lot of sports going on. We're talking Wimbledon, basketball. There's even an EPL look. I think we've got AFL, NFL. I don't know. What do you reckon, Stats Guy? What's your favourite pick today?
Milner to cause an upset in the first round of Wimbledon.
Jeez, I hope not. He's up. The opposite's in my multi. What about you, Alex?
I found a bet where we're backing on a person to do an ACL, otherwise we will cash.
Jeez, that's pretty rough. But either way, it's Code Bet Daily. We're talking player props, game picks, best bets. We've got a couple of Rate My Multis in there as well. It's all coming up, and it's really good because it's Code Bet Daily. Check it out. Welcome to Code Bet Daily. It is Monday, July 3rd, all day. I think we're up to episode 143 of this here, Shamoz. I love that. I am your host, Jaymz Clements. I'm the editor of a very good website. Surprise twist. It's called Code Bet. You can find that, again, at a very strange surprise twist at codebet.com.au. Just start laying out the actual entire thing. I'm joined, as always, by the Pontiffs. That's right, the Pontiffs of punting. I've got the Stats Guy over there.
I'm here, a little bit tired after watching the Aussies tear up the English again. I was a bit worried. I thought it was Headingley 2.0, but we got there eventually.
Hey, you watched the Aussies cheat their way into another win, didn't you?
Love that. Absolutely. And of course, Alex Donnelly over there too.
Yeah, it's really ironic that the Poms complain about the spirit of the game when, Ben Duckett was out the day before. Oh, and by the way, Johnny Bairstow tried the exact same thing on Marnus.
He did.
But and he can't throw straight.
Brendan McAllion also got Murley out like that once as well.
That's right. Yeah. So, cool. We're up 2-0. Shut up.
I think the glass houses when it comes to cricket is always going to be a bit of a problem when you're English, especially if you're, I don't know, a specific Kiwi who was, I don't know if I'd have a beer with him. Oh, would you? Really? What sort of beers he got over there in New Zealand anyway? Just settle down.
So it's psychological victories 1-0, moral victories 1-0. But you know what? It's Australia 2, England 0.
Absolutely. Victories, and they actually count when it comes to baseball. So England are actually up 2-0.
Cool.
Nice. Hypothetically 2-0, yeah.
If you ask the Poms, they're up 2-0. Right, this is Code Whinge Daily, or Code Runout Daily, or Code 2-Zip Daily, you little ripper.
Code Convict Daily too, because it is the English's fault for sending the convicts down here nearly 250 years ago.
Yeah, when you send the peak of your sort of athletic endeavors as a culture to the other side of the planet, guess what? In a couple hundred years, it might bite you on the bum repeatedly. But anyway, this is Code Bet Daily. It is what it says on the tin. I think we're covering a lot of stuff today.
Yeah.
It's always a bit wobbly on Mondays just in terms of game picks, everything, but we do have Wimbledon starting today. So that makes it a lot easier. So I'm looking at some Wimbledon, a bit of AFL and NRL futures as well. You know that I'm ramping up my NFL prep. Always an exciting time throughout the sort of July, August period of going, what's going to happen in this one? Oh, geez. And away we go. But also, I had one quick look at the FIBA World Cup as well. I just wanted to, they finalised the USA team today.
That looks pretty bad.
I wanted to quickly check where our odds were for the Aussies, so I'll get into that later. What about you, Stats Guy? What are you talking?
Just all Wimbledon. I'm very excited. Starts 8 o'clock tonight.
Nice. Alex?
I'm a bit of everywhere. I think there's some AFL, the cricket, and then some Open from the golf, which is obviously the old school British Open. They just call it the Open now, but, everyone gets confused. It's British.
Yeah, it is confusing.
Again, one of the most annoying. We don't call it the British Open. We call it the Open. It's all right. But everyone else calls it the British Open. No, but we only call it the Open. It's, God, you're such a pain. Anyway, let's get into it. Player props, easy ones for me tonight. The Wimbledon first round matchups. There's actually a couple of tasty ones in there too.
Yeah.
And the first one is my man, Dominic Thiem, against Stefanos Tsitsipas. This is probably going to be a beatdown with Stefanos. We'll understand that. My man Dom, he's slipped, he's dealt with injuries, but he's actually 5-4 all time against Tsitsipas.
Oh, wow.
I just want to set from Dom in this one. Give me the 3-1 Stefanos. It's actually $3.60 Stats Guy. I like this one because I think
a lot. Yeah.
Dominic Thiem took him before back in May in Madrid. That sounds about right.
Yeah, that's right.
And, so I think, look, Thiem on the grass, it's one of those weird sort of great levelers where Tsitsipas is obviously just a weapon. I understand that. Thiem, put him on hard courts. He's exceptionally hard to get past. But I mean, he's sort of slowly working into this, and he just loves playing against the other top-notch players. So give me a set from Dom. It's just a tough first-round matchup. Yeah,
Tsitsipas loses the plot every now and then as well. So
every so often, he just blows a gasket. Yeah. So give me Dominic Thiem. Just to lose 3-1 is $3.60, as I said. I love that.
That's awesome.
I've got a bit of time for Dominic Thiem, but he's ranked like 94 or something.
Yeah, he's not in his prime anymore.
After all the injuries, it's just sort of that's what you get. But anyway, that's my first. That was my first one that stood out going through the draw today. Of course, we've got like a bunch of Aussies. I'm sure StatsGo will cover a couple of them. I also wanted to look at this morning the Coleman odds because I don't know what our schedule is for this week, but we alternate.
I think we're due to do Coleman this week.
It's Coleman, so this is a fascinating look for me because Charlie, my man, Charlie Curnow. There's only one of us who's a winner this morning on from our AFL teams.
Yeah, but there's only one of us that's a loser this week too.
True. That's true. That's true. I'd rather lose than draw, though.
Really? Would you? 2 points would be pretty good right now. You haven't got points since what? March?
For a while, yeah. Actually, no, I'd probably take a draw.
But yeah, as my beloved Carlton ran over the top of Hawthorn yesterday, I was like, oh, that's good. But Charlie threatened at times to get off the chain. He kicked a couple of nice
backed in for 4, of course.
Yeah.
He had a couple of misses and you're like, oof, rough. But he got the radar right, I think, on a couple of those long kicks too, which was a relief, I think. And he had, I think, one bomb, probably about 50 odd, and just sort of sailed a little bit wide right. But then he sort of corrected that, I think, on the next one. He's like, yes, mate, that's exactly what I want to see Charlie Curnow just absolutely plugging 50-meter long bombs. Still $2.50 for the Coleman. And this came after a pretty quiet outing from Tex against, initially a quiet outing for Tex. He probably could have had like 7 if he really wanted to go absolutely hammer and tongs, but I think he got 3 in the end, didn't he, Tex? And so he's still right there, but obviously Big Jezza Camera knocked out. He's off the pace right now, obviously. And I think Alex's pick last week or the week before, Suva. Lucky didn't have a great outing.
Still got 3. Still got 3. Yeah.
I just think Charlie, he's still got a game against West Coast to come as well.
Hey, they don't look terrible after yesterday if you actually put yourself through that torture.
That was so great. I was hoping they won so badly.
West Coast playing either like GWS or St Kilda out west, it's always going to be squirrely. So,
yeah.
I started cheering for West Coast in the second half. I was like, you know what, this would actually be awesome and just so hilarious, and also further my $2.50 for St Kilda to miss the top 8 narrative.
Love it. I was actually going for West Coast. I'm like, if we can knock the St Kilda down a little bit, maybe they miss the 8, we can sneak in. But anyway,
also that for the Swans.
$2.50 for Charlie. I actually don't mind that a bit because it's not going to get probably too much lengthier over the back half of the season. He sort of just he's averaging basically 3 a game, and that's where he's at, and he'll probably continue doing that for the rest of it. But Carlton have hit like a nice little bit of form against a couple of rubbish teams, but that's kind of sometimes all you need just to see the ball go between the big sticks. And some NFL futures, as I said, digging into it. I've just got a couple of receiving ones that I was looking at. I made a fair chunk of change last year on Justin Jefferson preseason as the most receiving yards. The Vikings, not great. Jefferson, amazing. He's $7 to go back-to-back with the most receiving yards, but I do like Jamar Chase at $8. Here's a smoky stats guy. Amon-Ra St. Brown, $17 for the Detroit Lions.
Okay.
And Chris Olave, he was a rookie last year. Now he's got an actual quarterback, I think, in New Orleans. $23 as well. He is an absolute speed demon. He might get a fair whack of targets as well. But I think Amon-Ra St. Brown is probably my favorite just because he came on like an absolute freight train in the second half of that season last year as they went, hang on, this guy's incredible. Just keep throwing him the ball. And that's what they did. And for $17 receiving yards, which is one of those ones where it's like consistency is all that matters and opportunity. And Jefferson has got like Kirk Cousins. You got this weird wonky Vikings team. You just never know. Jefferson's like clearly the favorite, should be the favorite, but I really love him on St. Brown at $17. And most receiving touchdowns, you might maybe go, oh, well, why wouldn't Jefferson be that one, Jim? It's like, well, because he has Kirk Cousins throwing to him, and the Vikings aren't very good usually sometimes. What I do love in this one is Jamar Chase. This is the Bengals' year. I think he could put up massive touchdown numbers, big body. He's got an awesome QB in Smoking Joe Burrow. And another quick one, Garrett Wilson out there on the Jets. He's now actually got a functioning quarterback.
He's also got 2 last names.
Garrett Wilson.
Yeah. Or two first names. Yeah.
Depends. It's one of the more American names.
It is. Yeah.
But $19 for Garrett Wilson. He showed a lot last year as well. $19 for most receiving touchdowns. Like, these are always weird ones too, because you can sort of sometimes get to 13 and you're like, oh, hang on a second, we're winning. This is awesome. And with, Aaron Rodgers now he's QB. Love that. So there's a couple of awesome player props. See, got plenty to search from today. What about you, Alex?
Firstly, before I get into my pick at the Open, I was just squizzing through some markets because looking ahead, EPL season obviously kicks off in about 5-6 weeks' time. Erling Haaland's $1.83 to be Golden Boot. You're basically backing him to not rip his hamstring off.
Yeah, that's good.
So Erling Haaland will win top goal scorer again because, in a surprise twist, Manchester City are really good at football.
Yep,
basically the bet that does Erling Haaland do an ACL this year?
Yeah, he's going to get a hat trick first game and then...
Or no.
Or it's like, does Haaland play 26 games? Yes? Okay, he wins.
Yeah, he wins. That's weird.
So there, $1.83 Erling Haaland to be top goal scorer for the EPL season. Yeah, I'm going to put that in my long-term multis.
They play Burnley first game, who just came up, so his odds are going to drop. He might score at least one or two in that.
Also, this market also has Harry Kane involved, and if he obviously pisses off from Tottenham elsewhere, those odds it'll be like $1.30 if there's no Kane around. That's for sure. Yeah, but anyway. Scotty Scheffler in the Open. It's only the third time he's playing the Open. Like, you look at Scotty Scheffler and you're like,
really?
He's like 37. He's 26. Like, he just looks old. Like, you just look at him like, you're grizzled. Nice. But no, he's super young, which is kind of scary. He's got this ridiculous record where he's not playing super well at the moment, but he keeps coming top five. If his putter actually gets on, he's going to start winning a lot of these tournaments and winning it well. He's $10 right now to win it, and you're just basically backing him to have a good week with the blade. But the way he's playing at the moment, $10 before I dig too deep into it. It's the first time that he's played at our Royal Liverpool. I think I've just signed myself up to do the article by all reports. $10 for him to win it the way he's going at the moment. Happy to take that. Obviously, there'll be some random European that'll just come in and start swashbuckling his way through the tournament. But $10 for Scotty Scheffler to win the Open right now without a super deep dive. Why not? It's a good price.
Awesome.
That is actually pretty good. It's like it is one of those things where it's like, oh, did you win the last one, Scotty? He's like, nah. It's like, well, you might win this one, I reckon.
Is he his favourite?
He hasn't missed like a top 20 all season, and I think he's missed like top 10 once or twice. It is insane how well he's playing. No, John Rahm is $8.50, which
cool.
Kind of makes sense the way he's going. But yeah, if Scotty just actually gets his putter on for like 2 days instead of half, he'll probably win.
Nice one.
Nice.
All right, so that's Guy.
So Wimbledon, looking at an upset in the first round, John Isner taking on Jaymz Munar.
By all reports, John Isner's game from 2009 is still going.
Yeah, this is sort of backing up my point. They're both ranked outside the top 100. Munar is only 26, but he's sort of moving up the ranks, while Isner's slowing down at age 38. I'm really surprised at the discrepancy in odds. You got $1.33 versus $3.25. They're pretty much the same ranking. I think the odds should be a lot closer than that. Munar's got a lot of speed and power in the rallies over Isner. Isner's just going to rely on his height with the serve and things like that. He will not want long rallies, whereas Munar will just keep getting it back and create long rallies, and I think he can cause an upset here. Isner's been in absolutely horrible form. He hasn't made it past the first round in his past 6 tournaments. I don't know what's happened with him. He's just dropped off the last couple of years massively. And then Munar...
What's gone wrong? He's 38. That's what's happened.
Yeah, he's 30. He's getting older. But
that's why... He's a giant. He's been around for a million years, and he's 38. I think that's where we're at.
Yes. But yeah, that's why I was so surprised that the odds were so different. Then Munar, he's beaten Greek Sport and Andy Murray in the past few months, who are both ranked in the top 40. I think I had 30 there, but they're both ranked in the top 40. Can use his drop shots. I think he's got a better all-round game here, and compared to Isner, who's just going to rely on his serve. Isner could still win just because he could get a lot of aces.
87 aces.
Yeah, he could just do that. But I really just don't mind as an underdog bet in the first round. This is my best one. Munar head-to-head at $3.25. Even the plus 4.5 games is a really good bet. I think it's going to be really close. But Munar's a good player, so I don't mind him as an underdog bet in this one.
That's great. I like that because I went to I've got Isner coming up in Raid my mold.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but because I don't want to actually have this as a sandwich bet just because the simple fact is you're right.
And you're also
business
starting to leak sandwiches at the moment too.
Oh, bang.
There's like sandwiches for everybody, apparently.
You can get a sandwich.
I'm just shouting lunch for weeks on end.
I can't wait for my sandwich tomorrow.
That's
it's like that Wimbledon specialist vibe, right? Where you could easily just see him losing the first round or going to like the quarters.
Yes.
And you're like, how, what? And you're like, yeah, the booming
like a good serve helps. Like Kyrgios has shown that over the last couple. Oh, that's the other thing actually that we didn't make. Kyrgios is laid out.
Why is it a bombshell that he's not playing? The dude's been injured for 6 months.
He doesn't play tournaments.
I saw the big bombshell Kyrgios out. I'm like, kind of expected that.
Yeah, he doesn't play tournaments, plays a warm-up, gets injured, did the same in the Australian Open, hardly trains. I don't know what he's thinking, but anyway, he's out. Yeah, get on.
He's making millions of dollars. That's what he's doing.
True.
Creating a legacy of tradition. Right. Game picks. There we go. Got a couple of Wimbledon ones for you. Alcaraz, only 9.5 game favourite over Chardy, I found. I'm taking Alcaraz.
Yeah.
I think he's going to smash Chardy. So I love that one. It's the only way you could find a bit of value around Alcaraz as well at the moment in that first round game, as you can imagine. But the one I really liked here, stats go, was Seb Korda.
I love Seb Korda.
Very Vesely.
Yep.
Korda is absolutely flying. He made the semis at Queens. He obviously made I think it was the quarters in the Oz Open.
Yep.
Back in the day,
Sounds
back in January. But 3-0. I love that. $1.85. Korda 5.5 point favorites. 5.5 game favorites as well is probably where I'd end up landing.
Yep.
$1.67 just in case Korda maybe just goes off the boil a little bit. This is like a bit of a tale of, older versus younger. Vesely's been around for a bit more, that sort of vibe, but Korda is a gun, and I love him, and I think he smokes him. So the 3-0 was where I landed with that one, but the 5.5, if you want to take it a little bit sort of safer, because that sort of at least covers you for they went 4 sets. Korda lost the third 6-4 somehow, but still covered the game's line. And the Demon, Alex de Minaur, Coppians.
I don't even know that guy. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yeah. Give me 3-0 for the Demon. $1.40. He made the final of Queens. Stats guy, you might remember that.
He did, yeah.
Like last week.
Yeah, it wasn't that long ago.
He's rolling. And if you look at the bracket that Demon's in, one of my favorite aspects of this as well is I think he'd roll actually into Alcaraz. I think he's on that part of the draw. So
yeah, I haven't looked at it yet. Yeah, okay.
I feel like he is a good value bet to steamroll his way through the first 3 rounds at least. I think he might be, fourth round might be where he lands Alcaraz. So I can actually probably check that because I believe I have it right in front of me.
Nice.
And I do. He's in Alcaraz's quarter of the draw. So he'd be 4th round. He'd end up
most likely against him. Yep.
That's all right. I'll take that. But yeah, Demon to smash Coppians. Minus 8.5 in terms of the games, but I think 3 zip, $1.40 feels pretty good as well.
Yeah.
Minus 8.5 if you want a little bit of extra value. This is like 6-3, 6-3, 6-3 all over it, I think. Demon in absolute flying form on the grass. Alex, how about you?
Having a look at the third test, gets underway later this week, and I'm going for the old, I have money on, and if I lose, I don't care because I still win, and that's backing the Poms to win the third test at Headingley.
Boo.
Oh, shut up, stats guy. We've lost 3 of our...
Classic Alex Donnelly. Oh, what's that over there? Australia. I hate it.
I'll give it to you. We hate Headingley, to be fair.
We've lost 3 of our last 4 at Headingley, and we also have no Gary Lyon, a.k.a. the Gaz the Goat, Nathan Lyon. Also, shout out, we knocked him over in the 4th innings without Gaz. I
know.
That's kind of cool. Undersold in the, it's not in the spirit of the game, fellas. Yeah, well, we didn't have our best bowler, so shut up. Anyway, the Poms are $2.50 to win the test, so happy to have something on the Poms to actually win that because despite us winning the first 2 tests, they've actually been supremely close. Either way, I'm happy. I get my money because England win, or we are up 2-0 or 3-0 at the end of this test with 2 tests to go and can't lose the Ashes. Either way, happy days.
Nice one.
Fair enough.
This feels like the one that we lose or draw 100%, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's up there in Leeds, Headingley is, right?
Yeah. And we've one of those losses includes a loss to Pakistan, but we've lost 3 of our last 4.
That's random. Huh.
Cool. Good one.
That's when Pakistan, they've only just been allowed to play back in Pakistan the last 2 years, so...
Nice
one. Stats guy.
Yeah, some Wimbledon. Looking at a podcast favourite, Andy Murray taking on Ryan Peniston. I'm going the over.
I thought Ryan Peniston was the podcast.
I almost said it like that. I was like, I'll say Peniston. I don't actually. I'm surely that's how you say his
the
name.
most unfortunate name.
I know.
If you're a teacher, you would have retired after you. Sweet.
I think he was, and then he's like, I'll give tennis a go.
How did Greg Barry go last week, stats guy?
Yeah, he lost. So my man, who did he play? I can't even remember who
Barry, shocking.
Yeah.
Greg Barry versus Tommy Paul.
Tommy Paul. Yeah, Tommy Paul won in straight sets, what I predicted, so I was happy with that one.
Greg
Barry was, he's out of here. But yeah, we're looking at Andy Murray. Murray's back up to 39th in the world, which is an incredible
That's
effort.
amazing.
That's actually
it's nuts.
Tennis.
He's had so many injuries. He's got metal plates in his legs. He can hardly walk after matches.
Got a metal hip, stats guy.
And a metal hip as well. Yeah, he's unbelievable.
He's more machine now than man.
He pretty much is. He's always had long, hard-fought matches. The last 7 matches at a major tournament of Andy Murray's have gone over the total games and at least to 4 sets, just because, I don't know, he might have a bit of a brain fade, even against some really, really high-ranked opponents. He always has close games. Murray's definitely slower compared to Pedersen, so I think it can still be close, but he's just a better overall player and back up to 39th in the world, as I said. So that over 32.5 total games is $1.91. I think that's tomorrow night. I'm just getting in early because I reckon people that might drop down a bit. But the over 32.5 games, I think it's going to go to at least 4 sets just because Andy just never wins in straight sets in major tournaments. So, yeah, get on that.
Nice one. Good one. I like that. I've actually got Murray in the multi as well.
Oh, nice.
Right. Let's do it. Best bets. I mentioned this at the top. FIBA World Cup. So the Aussies, you can actually, so they were $8 when I've written like little articles about them so far. You can actually find them at $9 with Ladbrokes to go 2 steps better than the rose gold and get the actual gold.
Yeah.
I don't know what we call the silver if we got the silver, like the silver gold medal. There you go.
Yeah.
The Aussies $9 for the gold. I think the Team USA was around the $1.40 mark. I did have that back up. And I just don't like that value for the USA. They came 7th at the last World Cup. And yeah, they won in Tokyo in the Olympics, but that's because they had a stronger team.
Yeah, they had all-stars, yeah.
They had actual good players. This one is much more of that sort of initial, that sort of like, we're really good, guys. And it's like, are you?
It looked like there's got the tryouts happening for the team, not the actual team.
So with the USA at $1.57, you got Serbia at 8, you've got Australia at 9, and Slovenia, of course, with the team Jokic. Team
Doncic.
And Jokic on Serbia. France is actually pretty nicely priced at $12. Wembanyama's not playing, but France still just has like a lot of solid players, obviously, always. And Spain, $15. The one that I love, though, stats guy, Canada.
Yeah, they got a good team, yeah.
$15. If they have basically half their NBA dudes playing, they're flying. Like, they're really, really good. The problem is they don't have that sort of Australian continuity either. They don't have, I think their coach, Nick Nurse, has stepped away to focus on the Sixers, his new gig. So what I'm basically trying to say is this has opened up really nicely for the Aussies. I'm just $9. Let's go. I'm putting money on it. I'm just doing it. I'm just like, damn the torpedoes. Let's go. We're not going 1 step better than the rose gold. We're not going 1 step. We're going 2 steps. We're going to win the gold. I love this. And the FIBA USA squad, basically where they're like, we've got Tyrese Halliburton and Paolo Banchero. I'm like, yeah, but we've got a Jingles and a Patty.
Patty Mills.
And a Giddy.
Turns into the best player.
And a Greenie. And like we've actually got like a really surprisingly deep quality squad. Hopefully they select the right team. But I just kind of like it. Like this Team USA is just really scrappy and a bit meh. So I kind of don't mind that Aussie price at the moment because, as soon as like they start, cuts for the squads and start playing practice games, those prices will start changing dramatically.
When does the tournament start again?
The end of August. So August 20 or 25, I think it is.
Not far away.
So
cool.
It's actually great timing for us because it's all in Asia. So I think in Japan, Philippines, and
that's right.
India.
Yeah.
So
perfect.
Should be unreal. Right. Shall we move on to, let's do some Alex best bets.
Righto. Melbourne Demons. I was just like, okay, you had plenty more to go on the run sheet. I'm like, sure. Righto.
I'm just going to save my Wimbledon rate my multi.
Actually, yeah.
Okay. Righto. Melbourne Demons to miss the top 4 in the AFL. $3.25 available with Bet365 right now. Equal with 3 teams now. After losing yesterday to the GWS Giants, they have now lost 4 of their last 6. There's a problem, Jim, and we've been talking about it. If you go to codebet.com.au and read the AFL Premiership breakdown every Monday or Tuesday, it pops up. And I've been saying for the last month, Melbourne
can't kick a score.
Melbourne can't kick a score.
Problem.
They have kicked 50 goals and 83 behinds in the last 6 games.
That's so
and there's
bad.
probably been about at least 15 go out in the full as well. So it just isn't working going forward. You add in Bailey Fritsch. He's done his ankle, his foot, something. It doesn't look good. Apparently, when you get told you're going to be going in for scans because they can't figure out what's wrong, you're not good. It's probably going to be a while. Clayton Oliver could be dead for all we know because he's going to be back this week. No, he's not this week. No, not next week even. Okay. Hamstring tendons, not ideal. But if you listen to people on Twitter, who knows what he's done. But you just have a look at their next 3 games as well, Melbourne. They've got St Kilda this week at Marvel Stadium, and, well, who knows what St Kilda are going to do after yesterday. And they play the Adelaide Crows and the Brisbane Lions. And that's, these are teams that are Brisbane is 3rd, Adelaide 7th or 8th, and St Kilda are 5th. So, look, if they lose 2, even 3 of them, $3.25 looks great right now. Like, I've just got this scary feeling about the Crows at the moment, the way they're going about it. They look to be the team for me that's in the 8 that I can categorically say they're not missing out this season. They look pretty good. Whereas, you look at St Kilda, the Bulldogs, Essendon, you're like, and you look at Geelong, everyone from, I think I was looking at it this morning, 5th to 15th.
Yeah, it's so close.
To make the 8. Like, every game from here on in almost looks like mini elimination finals. But for the top 4, I'm happy to take on the Dees because Adelaide, they might not lose a game at home for the rest of the season, bar the Port Adelaide game. And if they can start winning away from home, they're going to be very, very dangerous. So $3.25 about the not straight kicking Demons to miss the top 4.
I like that. It's kind of comes down to as well, like what's Adelaide's like schedule, right? Down the sort of stretch.
Yeah.
In terms of like,
they can beat anyone at home.
Well, I know they've got the Swans at home. They've got a Port Adelaide game at home. I think there's another game against one of the teams down below as well. They've obviously played West Coast and North already. So I haven't dug deep into it, but I know that Melbourne's schedule is hard. Essendon's schedule is really hard. So it's just like, okay.
They actually have that game that they play in 3 weeks was basically sort of that might be the clincher in this one, right?
Yeah, true.
Adelaide have a game against GWS at home. They have a game against Gold Coast at home. They have a game against West Coast to finish out the season. So it's like there's 3 weeks you can just at least bank.
Well, I was about to say you could probably lock them in to beat the Swans at the Adelaide Oval as well. So there's guaranteed 4. But the thing is, it's also Melbourne's next 3 weeks as well. That's also the concern. Yeah. And there's a couple of games at Marvel Stadium for them. And, like Melbourne, Collingwood and Richmond, they just hate going across the
wouldn't mind doubling up on this and going Crows to make the top 4 and Melbourne to miss the top.
I can tell you what price it is right now as I've got it here in front of me. So top 4, bloody Adelaide. Jesus, that's going to be a good price.
Because even Adelaide could probably give
Adelaide at $9 to make the top 4.
Oh, that's so good. I don't mind that.
Hello.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, they're a game behind everybody else who's ahead of them. Like, in that sort of, 4 through 6. So it's Melbourne, St Kilda, Bulldogs.
Well, so the Western Bulldogs have Collingwood this week, and then they've got Sydney the following week. Essendon, I've got their breakdown here as well. They've got they've got the Brisbane Lions, they've got the Swans. I think there's Melbourne in there as well. So their thing's tough. I said about 2 weeks ago, Essendon had 6 weeks where you're like, hey, they could go 6-0, but it's Essendon. Every chance they go 0-6. They're 0-2 already.
Yeah, Saints. All right, stats guy. Let's talk out some more Wimbledon.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a multi if you want to rate it. There's a few random tennis players in here, so you might not be able to rate it too much of it.
We better then do the song.
We might have
rate my multi.
Very nice, very nice. Our first leg is just looking at an Aussie, Geordie Thompson. He's going to have a good start in this one. I think he won the matchup against Nakashima last time they met. He's got a lot more experience on grass, and he's paying just $1.85 just on his own. I think that's a really good bet in the first round, but I'm going to put him in the multi. We got Gasquet taking on a Mutet, an all French matchup. Gasquet is a bit older, but he's still got it. He's beaten Tsitsipas and Thiem recently. I think he's just going to easily beat Mutet here, who's much lower ranked. You got JJ Wolf taking on Kukukard. Wolf is in great form, reaching 2 semi-finals in tournaments this year, and Kukukard is very inexperienced, so go Wolf head-to-head in that one. And then Leylah Fernandez taking on Bindle. Fernandez is a rising star. I think she's only 100th in the world, but she's really young. Great slice and backhand power that's going to work perfectly on the grass. So take Fernandez head-to-head there. And then Magda Linette taking on Teichmann. Linette won this in the last meeting. She's way more experienced. She's made a few finals in the last couple of years. So go Linette head-to-head. So that's Thompson head-to-head, Gasquet head-to-head, Wolf head-to-head, Fernandez head-to-head, and Linette head-to-head. 5-leg, first round multi, $7.86 on Ladbrokes.
Love it. I like that a lot.
Yeah.
Give that like an 8.
Eight.
I like it more. Mine, I basically got mine to $2.50 because I'm just like, we're going fake.
Yeah, I had a couple that got to like, even $1.90 at one point. I was like, yeah, that's not good enough. I'll go a few upsets and $7.86. I don't mind it.
Yeah, the Gasquet one is interesting. The Wolf, I was looking at Wolf just as a standalone as well because I really like the matchup, and I think Wolf will smash Cougar card.
Yep.
And let's go.
Yeah.
So I'll give that about an 8. I like that a lot.
Nice.
My rate, my multi was Demon over Copper Yarn, Seb Quarter over Muller. We've got, no. Who was Seb Quarter playing?
No,
it was Vesely.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why did I write Muller? Must have been playing somebody else. I had Murray over old mate Peniston and Casper Ruud over Lacoli. And this is the tricky one, isn't it?
He still could, yeah.
This is the thing. It's like, yeah, if you believe in him, boom, off you go. That gets you to $2.50 just with those 5. That's 4 very heavy favourites, and sort of the interesting sort of Isner sort of proposition where if you think you can just dominate one more Wimbledon and just go, I'm actually trying to get it past me, bro. And you're like, it's pretty tough, I'll tell you. $2.50, I don't mind this at all. I'd probably rate that a good 7.5 myself.
Yeah, I'll give it a 7. Isner could easily win with that serve, but he's the only one I'm a bit worried about. Yeah.
Nice one. All right, there you go. A bit of Wimbledon, bit of NFL, bit of AFL, everything covered off today. What else was there? FIBA basketball, golf. Jeez, absolutely.
One of the greatest bets of all time. Haaland at $1.83.
Love that. All right, that's it. Go Bet Daily done for today. We'll be back on deck tomorrow, so get it right around the show and the shows, of course, because we have the AFL and NRL show each week. You can check out NBA Australia as well. We had a massive all-NBA Aussie frenzy. Well, an all Aussie NBA free agency and draft and trade sort of frenzy is we had 5 Aussies on the move basically over the weekend. So there's a big NBA Australia all about that. Go check it out. Subscribe, like, review, and star them all, would you? And check us a follow across all the socials. IG, Twitter, TikTok, Facey, I already said IG. Twitch, YouTube, all that good stuff. Send any questions via the socials, any comments, off you go nuts. And thank you, Stats Guy.
Thank you.
Thanks to Alex.
Cheers.
And as always, to Gerald for producing, does a great job. And thanks to me, because why not? All right, what do we say, Stats Guy?
Gamble responsibly.
All right, may all your picks come in. Happy punting. We'll catch you tomorrow. Go Bet Daily. Out.
What are you really gambling with? For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.